In the grand theater of history, where fame and fortune reign, an unseen adversary lurks, infectious diseases. Silent yet deadly, these microscopic invaders have brought even the most celebrated figures to their knees. From iconic musicians to influential leaders, no one is immune to their relentless grasp. In an instant, triumph can turn to tragedy, leaving legacies unfinished and dreams unfulfilled. This special is about famous people who died from infections.
The fresh maker. Be seeing you.
Yeah, I hope not sporadically.
Brittany Murphy lit up Hollywood with her unforgettable charm, first stealing the spotlight in Clueless, before proving her acting range in 8 Mile and Girl, Interrupted. Fans adored her quirky, vivacious spirit, but her life was cut tragically short. In December 2009, at just 32 years old, she passed away, with pneumonia and anemia cited as the official causes. Reports suggested that Murphy had been battling flu-like symptoms and was on various medications in the days leading up to her death. Strangely, her husband, Simon Monjack, died 5 months later under similar circumstances, adding fuel to the mystery. Beyond acting, Murphy had a lesser-known gift. She was fluent in Spanish and even took on roles requiring her linguistic skills. Gone far too soon, she's forever remembered as a bright star with unmatched talent. Rest in peace.
2-time Academy Award winner. Yeah, and I never met her. She died before I was born.
Freddie Mercury wasn't just a rock star, he was a force of nature. Born Farrokh Bulsara in 1946, he grew up with music, first in India and later in London. By the time Queen was formed in 1970, Freddie's unique voice and bold stage persona were already setting him apart. From Bohemian Rhapsody to We Are the Champions, his songwriting was as legendary as his theatrical performances. But in 1987, Freddie faced a devastating diagnosis: AIDS. Despite his illness, he continued to make music, recording hits until the very end. He passed away on November 24, 1991, from bronchial pneumonia brought on by AIDS. His life was cut short, but Freddie Mercury's voice will echo forever, an immortal tribute to his brilliance. Rest in peace, Freddie. You'll never be forgotten.
prohibiting people from getting the things they wanted. I thought prohibition was an unjust law.
Al Capone wasn't taken down by bullets or a rival's vendetta, but by a hidden enemy within. Born in Brooklyn, Capone rose to notorious power in Chicago's Prohibition era, controlling the city's illicit liquor trade with a mix of charm and brutality. His legacy was cemented with events like the St. Valentine's Day Massacre, where he eliminated rival gangsters without batting an eye. However, the law caught up with him through tax evasion charges, landing him in Alcatraz. But it was an untreated syphilis infection that truly defeated him. As the disease progressed, it robbed him of his sharp mind. By the time he was released, he was a mere shell of the feared Scarface. He spent his final days in Florida, fading into obscurity.
I am not a hero. That was a part. I played the part. I'm not that man.
To the world, Christopher Reeve will always be Superman, both on screen and off. After a horseback riding accident left him paralyzed, Reeve became a symbol of resilience, advocating for spinal cord injury research. His death was due to an infection caused by a pressure ulcer, a common complication for quadriplegics. Christopher's unbreakable spirit and determination to make the world a better place remain his most lasting superpowers. His bravery and strength inspire us all. Rest in peace, Superman.
Kermit, my cousin Diane has a pet frog and she named him Kermit.
Jim Henson, the mastermind behind the Muppets, changed the world of puppetry forever. Born in 1936 in Mississippi, Henson's early interest in puppetry took flight during his college days. His first show, Sam and Friends, was just the beginning. Henson's creations, like Kermit the Frog, brought joy, laughter, and life lessons to millions through Sesame Street and The Muppet Show. He was an innovator, blurring the line between puppetry and live action. Tragically, Henson passed away in 1990 from a severe bacterial infection, streptococcal toxic shock syndrome. He was just 53. His unexpected death shocked fans worldwide. Yet his creativity, generosity, and the warmth of his characters continue to inspire. Henson's work wasn't just about puppets, it was about human connection. Rest easy, Jim. Your legacy lives on through generations.
Oh, this is Kermit the Frog speaking to you from the scene of the accident, where Mr. Humpty Dumpty is just fallen off.
Tell you something. You can believe it or not, but it's the truth. The last winter of the war, over in Germany.
Rock Hudson was more than just a Hollywood heartthrob. He was a symbol of American masculinity during the golden age of film. With movies like Giant and his charming rom-coms alongside Doris Day, Hudson's screen presence was undeniable. But behind the curtain, he carried a secret. Hudson was a gay man in an era when such a revelation would have been career-ending. His private life was carefully shielded from public view, even resorting to a sham marriage to protect his image. In 1985, when he publicly announced his battle with AIDS, the world was stunned. Hudson was the first major celebrity to admit to having the disease, shattering the silence surrounding it. His death that same year changed the public's perception of AIDS, giving the epidemic a human face and forcing the world to confront the crisis.
Don't tell me this young fella was trying to force his attentions upon you.
Well,
In the small town of Lynchburg, Tennessee, Jack Daniel wasn't just a name. He was a pioneer. Known for founding one of the world's most famous whiskey distilleries, Daniel was a master of his craft. But his life took a tragic turn in 1906 when, in a moment of frustration, he kicked his office safe, breaking his toe. The injury didn't seem serious at first, but it led to a nasty infection. With medical options limited in those days, the infection worsened, eventually leading to sepsis. By 1911, it had claimed his life. Though Jack is long gone, his legacy is alive in every drop of old number. 7. The man behind the bottle may have passed, but his impact remains timeless. Rest easy, Jack. The godfather of soul, James Brown, was a musical force like no other. He revolutionized rhythm and blues, leaving us with classics like I Got You, I Feel Good, and Papa's Got a Brand New Bag. Brown's last days were marked by a battle with pneumonia, which claimed his life on Christmas Day in 2006. His energy, his style, and his undeniable groove still influence music today. James, you brought the funk and changed music forever. Your legacy will never fade.
So good, so good, so good. I got you.
Universal Declaration of Human Rights may well become the international...
Eleanor Roosevelt was more than just a first lady. She was a humanitarian, diplomat, and one of the most influential women of the 20th century. As Franklin D. Roosevelt's wife, she helped redefine the role of the First Lady, championing human rights and advocating for the marginalized. Eleanor died from complications of tuberculosis, an illness she quietly battled in her later years. Her wisdom and tireless work continue to inspire generations. Eleanor, your grace, strength, and courage will be remembered for all time.
We want a prosperity which will make life more worth living.
With our liberal friends is not that they're ignorant. It's just that they know so much that isn't so. Now,
as the 40th President of the United States, Ronald Reagan led with optimism and conviction. His policies and his great communicator charm left a lasting mark on American history. In his later years, Reagan's health declined due to Alzheimer's disease, and he passed away after contracting pneumonia, a common complication for those battling the condition. The man who helped end the Cold War and reinvigorate American pride is remembered not just for his leadership, but for his humanity. Rest in peace, Mr. President. You'll always be the Gipper.
The American people, I did not trade arms for hostages. My heart and my best intentions still tell me that's true.
Thanks for watching. In this video, we looked at famous people throughout history who tragically lost their lives due to infections, highlighting the impact of diseases on even the most renowned figures. Don't forget to subscribe to stay updated with more captivating stories and historical insights. By joining, you'll be the first to know about our latest content. Leave a comment if you have any thoughts or questions. We'd love to hear from you. Stay healthy and take care.